Have you ever experienced this? Someone talks to you, and you can't even understand whether they are interested in you or just playing with you. Sometimes they come very close, and sometimes suddenly go so far away as if you were never in their life. And the most dangerous part is, you can't even forget them. Why? Because all of this is not a coincidence. It's a pattern that directly affects your mind. And this is called hidden psychology of attraction. But the real game starts from here, because most people don't understand that some people behave like this intentionally. They confuse you, they force you to think, and slowly they make a place in your mind. Now think, what will happen if you understand this game? You won't just remain the victim. You will be able to read this game, and if needed, you will be able to control it too. But for that, you need to understand some truths. First truth, people don't say what they feel. They say what they think is right, or what benefits them. So if someone tells you, you are very nice, it doesn't directly mean that they like you. Many times it means, you are safe. I don't feel any threat from you. And this is where most people make a mistake. They take it as a compliment, and they try to become even nicer. But the truth is, being too nice often makes you less attractive. Now understand the lesson here. If someone tells you, you are very nice, don't reply like this. Thank you, I always try to be nice. This reply makes you predictable. Instead, you can say, I am nice, but not for everyone. Now what happened? In one line, you showed your value and also created a little mystery. This is subtle attraction. Now understand the second truth. People always test your value, not directly, but indirectly. Like if someone says to you, are you always free? If you start explaining immediately, no, I stay busy too, then you are justifying yourself. And where justification starts, your value starts dropping. Instead, you can say, not free, I just make time for the right people. Now what happened? You didn't put yourself down. Instead, you subtly increased your value. This is the difference between reacting and staying in control. Now the third truth, and this is the most dangerous one. Uncertainty creates attraction. When a person becomes completely understandable, their interest slowly fades away. But when someone is a little unpredictable, the mind starts trying to understand them. And the more the mind invests in someone, the stronger the attraction becomes. This is why some people give a lot of attention sometimes and suddenly disappear. They make you addicted. Now the most important lesson here. If someone is doing this with you, what should you do? The biggest mistake, chasing them, messaging again and again, or asking, why have you changed? All this weakens your position. Instead, you should mirror. If they are becoming distant, you also take some space. If they reply slowly, don't be instantly available, because attraction is always built in balance. If one person invests more, the other steps back. But when both stay balanced, interest remains. Now understand the fourth truth. Silence is more powerful than words. Sometimes saying nothing is the strongest response. If someone ignores you, the most powerful move is not trying to get their attention. The most powerful move is not reacting at all, because silence creates questions in the other person's mind. Why is he not reacting? Does it not matter to him? And these questions increase your value. Now the fifth and most important truth. Attraction starts when neediness ends. The moment you start feeling the need of someone, your power starts decreasing. But when you are complete within yourself, your presence becomes different. You don't try to impress anyone. And that is what attracts people towards you. Now remember one thing at the end. Attraction is not magic. It is a psychological pattern. And the person who understands this pattern is never confused in any situation. They know when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to walk away. But this is just the beginning. Because what is coming next will show how people unknowingly test you and how you can pass those tests and increase both your value and attraction. And how you can pass those tests and increase both your value and attraction. Because the real game starts from here. Now you need to understand, People don't test you directly. They test you indirectly. And if you don't understand these tests, you unknowingly fail. First test, attention test. Have you ever noticed someone suddenly starts ignoring you? Earlier they used to talk to you themselves. Now your messages get late replies. You think, maybe they lost interest. But many times it's not the end of interest. It's a test. They are watching how you react. If you keep messaging again and again, double text, or ask, is everything okay? Then you fail, because you showed that you are emotionally dependent. Now what is the right move here? Do nothing. No extra message. No explanation, no chase. Just focus on your own work. And this is the moment where the game flips, because now the other person starts thinking, why is he so calm? Doesn't it affect him? And that's where curiosity begins. Second test, jealousy test. Sometimes they bring someone else's name in between. They say, today I went out with them, or some guy/girl is messaging me. Now what do most people do here? React. Who is that? Why did you go with them? Don't you care about me? And that's it. You lose control right there, because showing jealousy means you gave power to the other person. Now what is the right response? Stay calm. You can just say lightly, oh, did you enjoy? That's it. No insecurity, no curiosity. Now what happened? You signaled that you are confident in yourself. And remember, confidence always increases attraction. Third test, validation test. Some people keep seeking your approval again and again. Like, how am I looking? Do you think I'm smart? What I did was right? If you give over compliments every time, you are giving cheap validation. And cheap things have no value. Now what is the smart move here? Don't validate every time. Sometimes tease a little. Like if they ask, how am I looking? You can say, you look okay today. You were better yesterday. Now what happened? You challenged them a little. And challenge always increases interest. Fourth test, emotional reaction test. This is the most dangerous one. Sometimes they deliberately say something that triggers you. Like, you are so boring, or you don't have confidence. Now if you start defending, no, I'm not like that, you don't understand me, then you got trapped. Because they were checking your emotional control, and you gave it to them. Now what is the powerful move here? Don't react. Smile. And casually say, you think so? Interesting. That's it. No argument, no explanation. Now the other person will get confused, because they expected a reaction. But you showed control, and this control creates attraction. Now the fifth and most hidden test, consistency test. This test happens over time. In the beginning everything is good, attention, care, interest, but slowly they observe whether you change or not. If you were strong in the beginning but later became needy, attraction drops. But if you stay the same, calm, focused, independent, then respect increases. And remember, without respect, attraction cannot last. Now what is the biggest lesson here? You have to control yourself in every situation, because attraction is not built by words, it is built by behavior. What you say is less important than how you react. Now understand a small real scenario. Suppose you sent a message and the other person didn't reply for 6 hours. Now you have two options. First, you send another message. Why aren't you replying? Are you busy? Did I say something wrong? This will make you look weak. Second option, do nothing. Focus on your work. Focus on your life. And when they reply, talk normally as if nothing happened. Now what happened? You showed that your life does not depend on their reply. And this independence is the most attractive thing. Now slowly you must be understanding attraction is not magic. It is a game. And in this game, the one who can control himself wins. But there is still one level left. Because what you are about to understand next will teach you that just passing tests is not enough. You need to learn how to create the game yourself, so that people don't just test you, but start getting attracted towards you on their own. And this is the level where attraction becomes automatic. And this is the level where attraction becomes automatic. But this is also where most people stop, because they only learned how to pass tests. But the real game is one step ahead of that, creating the game. Now the question is, will you just react, or will you lead the situation? Because the person who leads becomes attractive. Now understand, when you stay controlled in everything, stay calm, don't react, then the other person feels that you are not easy to understand. And this is where the deep attraction phase begins. Now here you need to understand some moves that completely flip the game. First move, controlled attention. Till now you learned that over-attention is wrong. But this doesn't mean you stop giving attention. What is the right way? Selective attention, meaning don't be available all the time, but when you are, be fully present. Sometimes do this, don't reply for 2 to 3 hours, and when you reply not normally, give a slightly engaging reply. Now what will happen? You will become unpredictable, and unpredictability creates curiosity. Second move, push and pull. This is the most powerful technique. Come a little close sometimes, and sometimes go a little distant. But remember, this should not be fake. It should be natural. Like, if the conversation is going well, leave it at the peak. Meaning suddenly say, I have to go now, we'll talk later. Now what happened? You left the conversation incomplete. And the human mind is forced to complete incomplete things. This is the psychological hook. Third move, frame control. Now this is the most advanced level. Frame means who is in control of the situation. If you change your behavior according to the other person's mood, then you are in their frame. But if you stay the same, then the other person comes into your frame. Now understand this with an example. If someone shows you attitude and you become serious, then you lost. But if you stay calm and lightly smile and say, today your mood seems a little off, then you controlled the frame. Now the situation is in your control. Fourth move, emotional independence. This is the most important. If your happiness depends on one person, then you are weak. But if you are already happy, then you are powerful. Now remember, people are attracted to the person who doesn't need them, because that is rare. Now always remember one thing. If someone is playing mind games with you, it's not necessary that you also play the game. You can simply choose not to go to that level. Because the most powerful position is not that you win the game, but that you don't need the game at all. Now understand the final thing. What is the real secret of attraction? Not looks, not money, not fake confidence, but self-control. The more you can control yourself, the more attractive you become. Because you are not predictable, you are not needy, you are not dependent. And these 3 things destroy attraction. Now the last thing, next time when you talk to someone, don't try to impress. Just observe what they are saying, how they are reacting, and keep yourself stable. Because when you are stable, the other person automatically gets attracted towards you. And this is the level where you don't chase, you attract. Now the choice is yours. Will you keep making the same mistakes that everyone makes? Or will you understand this game and upgrade yourself? Because the truth is, the one who controls himself can control any situation. And that person becomes the most attractive. If you understood this, then don't just listen, apply it. Because knowledge becomes power only when it turns into action. And if you want such deep psychology and real-life insights, then subscribe to the channel. Like the video, because here we don't just talk, we teach you what actually works in real life.